What relationships can affect your businesses? Should you have shares in your friend's business? Should you have property with your friends? It should be legalized. It should be recorded. You should have lawyers involved. Should you live together with your friends? Hello, welcome to the Twineyo Show. In this episode, we are looking at what relationships can affect your businesses. What relationships can affect your businesses? In the previous episodes, we have looked at the issue of how you can work with your parents, or how to work with your parents in business, how to do business together with your parents. We have looked at how to do business or careful handling your siblings in business. In this episode, we are looking at how to do business or how not to do business with your friends. I mean friends, not colleagues. In some of the previous shows, I told you, don't have many friends. And I told you, beyond 3 is a crowd. Having more than 3 friends is a crowd. They could be colleagues, they could be acquaintances, they could be in your groups, but they are not your friends. When you have a lot of friends, there are challenges, because friends are people who are very close to you. You share a lot. You share some secrets, even though I told you don't share all your secrets with anybody. There are some secrets that you should never share with anybody in your life, that you should die with some of these secrets. Let's go back to business. So, should you share business with your friends? This has been an issue in many countries. This has been an issue in many businesses. This has been an issue in many places. If you are going to have a business with your friends or your friend, it has to be official. It has to be legal. It has to be a legal relationship. It has to be written down. You should have a lawyer, an attorney, have it written, and it is known. But just coming together as friends and you say, let's start a business, let's start a restaurant, let's start a bar, let's start a hotel, let's start a shop, let's start a coffee place, let's do any business, whether it is virtual or physical. Please, let it be recorded legally. Because time will come and you will have challenges. Time will come, and I've seen in real life those who were our friends and they are no longer our friends. Those who were very close with us or to us are no longer close with us or close to us. So life is not static. Conditions will change. And they may change and affect your business where you already put in a lot of money, and your friend will chase you out. And some friends will tell you, this was my business. I started it alone. I actually invited you to just support me. I invited you because you had no job. I invited you because you had just been laid off, and I wanted you to be here earning some money. Many people will change and they will deny that this business was between both of you. So, Should you have business together? Legally, you can have business together, because then when you have business together, I no longer look at you as friends. I look at you as business partners. There is a difference between friends and business partners. Let me look at you as business partners, and we'll come to the part where we talk about how to have business with business partners. It will be the last part in these episodes. So, you could start a business together, and it doesn't matter that you will have put in same amount of money. No. Your friend could have more money, but you could start the business together and have shares which are recorded, and then we have shares. Again, when you start the business together, you should agree who plays which role, who becomes the MD, managing director or CEO, and who becomes the chief finance person. You should agree who is buying what. You should agree who is marketing. You should agree how to even hire external resources, how to get other people to work for you. It needs to be a well-established, planned, and like I've advised you in the past, you need to have a small business plan. And it should be accompanied by a budget showing expenses that you put in, showing the returns, what you get in terms of profits and what comes into the business. If you cannot have a legal business as friends, please don't start it, because soon you'll be fighting each other. Soon you'll have conflicts. You might engage in even the worst that one has ever seen. Yet you had been friends. You may as well keep as friends and be happy forever, rather than to come and do business together and you become enemies. Another issue we look at is, and some people have been asking me about this, should you have shares in your friend's business? Should you have shares in your friend's business? Again, the reply is not different from what I've just given you. If I'm going to have shares in your business, it will have to be recorded. It will have to be legal, not illegal, legal, with an attorney, with a lawyer, and it is going to be recorded. I must know how much money I'm putting in your organization or your company or your business, what are the shares, so that in the future when I want to get out my money, I know how much it is. And please remember that in the future, the business will have expanded, the company will have become more profitable, probably, perhaps, so I will be expecting more money. If it is not recorded, you will begin saying, you just put in so much money, I'm giving it to you back, just to go away. That is not how they do business. If I put money in your business, and one would expect, even if I put money in your business and there was no legal, no lawyers and all the other people recording it, you as a friend, it would be expected that in future, one, you recognize that I put in so much, and you would show me return on investment. You would show that my money made money, and you would give me more money. But since this usually has not happened, and I have seen it even in my personal life, I have seen people deny that you gave them money. I have seen also people who get money, and when you got money, they showed you that you are going to make a lot of money, that you'll make money and you'll make more money. And indeed, they have gone out and made money. But when money became big, hard food for Midas, money becomes more attractive, money becomes more sweet. They begin showing you that, oh, my business is not making money. They begin showing you that, we are not making profits. They begin showing you that we made little profits. As I gave money, and they said we are going to make a lot of money every week, every month, every year. And then they came back and said, you know, the person who was supplying the materials, oh, ran away with your money, with our money. And then you begin to look for lawyers, you begin to look for attorneys to help you recover, probably recover the principal, the basic money you gave them, but not the profit. Not because that this guy didn't make money. He used your money to climb on top. Of course, those ones you leave them to God, because one time God will punish the wicked, God will punish the thieves, God will punish those who used other people. But I have these experiences in my actual life. The other aspect is, should you have property with your friends? Should you have property? Buy like a plot of land, buy an apartment or a block of apartments. In some language it is called flats, a block of flats, or plot of land, or a ranch or a farm, or any other business. Again, my reply is, it should be formalized. It should be legalized. It should be recorded. You should have lawyers involved. Because if you don't, it will be the same thing that happened to me in different instances, in different examples that I cannot enumerate here, that will happen to you. You'll hear they sold the asset without even informing you, and they use the money, and when you look for them, they begin running away from you, and eventually when you try other efforts, they say, no, you were never shareholder in this. Sometimes they tell you, no, you helped me as a friend you helped me as a friend. You gave me money because I was lacking so much money to get enough money to buy the asset. So they no longer look at you as part of the investor in the asset, as part of the shareholder in the asset or property. They see you as, yeah, you helped me. And again, sometimes if they are a little kind, they will bring back the money and give you the money you invested in, and without even any profit. Yet we call time value of money. There is no money you invest in an asset which doesn't make money. And when it has made money and you sell when it has money, you need a return on your investment. Another aspect is, should you live with your friends? Should you live together with your friends? Should you, when a friend, for example, has got an apartment and maybe it is big enough, should you join your friend and live with him or her in an apartment? There is a limit. If I were you, I would avoid it. If I were you, I would avoid it. And if there was no way I could avoid it, then we should live together for given a period of time, and we should agree on what period of time we are going to live together. If you were students at campus in a university and you are living together in an apartment because you rented it and you are students, it is a time that when you finish school, you should begin thinking that you have matured, that you are mature now. You should, and you maybe start working. My wish is that all of you start working. Begin to look for your own apartments to live as individuals, to grow, and maybe begin to think of the next stage in your life. Some of you may want to start a family. Are you going to start a family in a friend's apartment? Are you going to start a family in an apartment you are sharing with your friend? Are you going to be bringing in your boyfriend or girlfriend in the apartment that you are sharing with a friend? And will your boyfriend or girlfriend be comfortable in this place? So please, as much as possible, try to get out of this try to avoid living with a friend, and if you should live with a friend, it should be for a short time, and you should move on and keep as friends. The more you continue staying, you might create wrong things. You might even in future not talk to each other. Thank you very much.